I am ugly, I am fat, I am unworthy of love, of achieving my dreams. Feels uncomfortable hearing me say these, right? I feel uncomfortable. Why does it feel so normal to say it to yourself then? Yes, I know you say them to yourself. When was the last time you looked in the mirror and felt like you were enough? Like, or even good just the way you are? Maybe do you have to prove that you're deserving of like even living by achieving the perfect body or getting a bunch of likes or having some career success or the perfect partner, perfect life, whatever? It's like, do you really need them to feel enough? Remember when you were kids, like you don't care. You speak your thoughts without fear of judgments, and you play your carefree spirit. You create without hesitation, right? Picasso, Pablo Picasso said that every child is an artist. The problem is how to stay an artist once we grow up. So why does it get so hard to channel that energy? Makeup and social media might be a major reason behind these. So I quit makeup and social media for a year. Like, I didn't expect it to last for a year, actually probably over a year. And it definitely helped me to find that authentic self. By finding that authentic self, I was letting go of the fear, of the shame. Like, I am just being unapologetically being myself. I'm not saying that they're bad. They are tools, right? People recognize benefits, but then most people are not using them as tools. They're being consumed by it. And yeah, anyhow. So think of the reasons you wear makeup. Usually it's for confidence, right? When I started wearing makeup, it really gave me that boost of ego. I felt like confident. Was more I was more willing to wear better outfits because I felt like somehow me with makeup is more deserving of those outfits. And then I am more open. I can more freely express myself, but it's all under the condition of wearing this mask. So you see, like, don't you notice a lot of people when they wear makeup versus not, they're totally two people because not because of the makeup really, but because when they wear makeup, they are more put together because they're wearing better outfits and whatever. When they're not, they're wearing casually, especially in South Korea. It's really common for people to wear a face mask, literally to hide their faces when they're not wearing makeup. It's crazy. And it's ridiculous how people say it's self-care. Make yourself presentable, and it's like part of the self-care routine of a lot of people, influencers. But I'm like, sure, life is a game, and there's certain rules, there's certain cheat codes you can play by. You can have the pretty privileges, right? But how can you say this is a form of self-love when you somehow think that you have to wear it every single day to be presentable? And even in love, and people think it's necessary to wear makeup. I don't. Like, I also thought that it was necessary, right? Because growing up, I was criticized a lot for being darker skinned, even since kindergarten, since I was 3.5 years old. I felt the pressure of like these beauty standards growing up in China, and actually it's everywhere. There's certain standards, right? No matter what kind of person you are, there's something about you that's judgeable. And makeup and social media really amplify those insecurities instead of helping them. On social media also, like, the beauty ideals are so crazy now for both for guys and girls, like the steroid bodies for guys and this perfect hourglass models, right? As if that's like exercising every single day, having perfectly healthy lifestyle and like those are the requirements for you to be someone who is perceived to be someone who takes care of themselves. No, like it's good to take care of your bodies, right? By taking care of my health, your body is your temple, so it really supports you in doing other things. But then it's only the foundation. It's not something that you have to do to be deserving, to be valuable. No. Do you really think the primary asset you have is your looks? Your looks will fade. One day, our skins will be saggy, we will get old, we will have wrinkles, it'll probably be harder for us to even move. Where will you get your confidence then? If you think it's linked. They're not linked. And oh my god, it's just crazy. So even if you want to be pretty, I'll show a video of me when I was like, I think I was 18 years old or 17, I'm not sure, probably 18. So physiologically speaking, I'm supposed to be more attractive because I was younger then, right? However, no, I wasn't. I was consumed by these negative self-talks every single day. It's crazy. I didn't think I deserved to live because I thought everyone would be better off without me. But no, like, it takes time, first of all, to really understand your authentic self and to learn how you can contribute in a meaningful way, but that also feels resonating with you. But it takes time, and using social media, really, those ideals being portrayed really makes me feel like, I would have a quite productive day, right? And then I go home, I scroll on social media, everybody's doing better than me. How like they're achieving success earlier than me, they're having perfect love life, or they're traveling or whatever. There's people always post their highlights online, right? And I just feel like trash. It steals my joy from having a decent day. Like, I was enjoying everything until I scroll it. So what's the point of scrolling it anyways? On average, most internet users use 2 hours and 27 minutes online. So it's like 900 hours a year. So whatever purpose you're using it for, whether you're using it for connection or you're using it for professional professional advancement, whatever reasons you're using it for, with this 900 hours, if you get focus energy onto whatever you're trying to achieve, you'll most definitely get better result than scrolling on social media. Any 5-year-old, 6-year-old nowadays can use it. How does it make you special? And here's the thing also, when we're young, we're often judged for some of the things that were making us stand out. And now everyone's trying to stand out because that's really the way to attract people, to really have a personal brand, to be remembered, right? But then they're trying to be special for the sake of being special, but then not really in an authentic way. The best way to be special, to have at least your own style, is to be authentic, because most people are not channeling their authentic self. So whatever thing you were being judged for when you were young or whatever, embrace them, own it. I was judged for my skin color. I own it now. I love it. And I was also judged for being whatever's too tall or later not tall enough, for being chubby, later whatever. But I own it now. I have flaws. I get arrogant sometimes. This is the thing. It's really a polarity. Like, I was really insecure, right, using social media, because I was nothing like those ideals. But until I achieved at least one of the ideals, because I focus on my health, I got a really active lifestyle, eating healthier, gym, jogging, whatever. So I got a pretty good body, and what I was also consuming. If you're active person and you consume social media, you probably know those contents. Like, they would say, like, make jokes about those people who say they want a good body, but they would never go to the gym or whatever, right? So, but it's really in a more condescending way. It was really motivating for me initially, because, like, yes, I gotta just put in the work. Yes, like, I got this. Yes, like, I don't want to be that person. So yes, until I realized this seek of perfection, and even like achieving it, at least for some time, or feeling good for some time, it really made me quite arrogant. So it's like a boost of ego. So the reality is, the ideal position you should have is surely not a sense of inferiority, right? Nobody wants to feel that. But then there's another danger, that you could also feel superior when you do achieve some goals, when you do get some things done. And that's not ideal either. The position to have is neutrality. And that's what really helped me. I was also having eating disorder when I was younger, because of, like, largely in the influence of social media. And it's like a pendulum swing. The more I wanted to lose weight, the more I eat, and then I punish myself, and then it just really gets worse from there. Until I stop punishing myself, right? So everything is about self-love. Your self-worth is not tied to how you look. It's not tied to who you were or who you will be or who you are. Nothing. Like, there's who defines worth anyways, right? So there is not, like, self-worth fundamentally doesn't exist. Like, nothing. Like, we're just, if it ever exists, we're just the equal, at least, right? What people often talk about is self-esteem, which is tied to your achievements, to your status, and also especially in comparison. So perhaps yesterday I had a perfectly productive day, and today there's just one bit part that's not as good as yesterday, and I might feel not productive enough, right? Or why quitting social media was so essential, because, as I said, you can feel perfectly fine with what you've done today until you scroll on social media, because there will always be someone prettier than you, no matter who you are. Always someone on a superficial level better than you. Always. And why would you open it just to feel bad about yourself? And also, this is also often a way of self-sabotaging. I remember when I was struggling with weight loss, I purposefully look at those images with perfect body to remind myself how terrible I am, in hope of encouraging myself, which is like ridiculous. Like, no. Self-love. You should love yourself unconditionally. You deserve to live no matter what. You deserve to be loved. Even in love and relationships, people often worry. I hear guys worry about, I'm not sure if she's liking me for my money or for my status or really me, or girls worrying about, especially the attractive ones, conventionally attractive ones, they would worry like, does is it lust or love, right? Well, one way to really not have that worry anymore is just to take off that mask, take off those things, and try to be authentic as possible, and you will attract authentic energies as well to yourself. I personally, in my year without makeup, actually I expected to be solitary. I knew there would be less guys looking at me. I didn't care. I wanted to cultivate this self-love because I was tired of feeling these shame and guilt. And you know what? Surprisingly, somehow, I attracted one relationship, and that ended up being the best relationship in my life. And he never saw me with makeup. I think maybe, okay, we started off as friends, so maybe a few times before our talking stage. But then, really, like, the whole relationship was just me being quite authentic, and especially, and also one thing that even if you want to be pretty, the best way is really to have that, to nurture your temple, right? Like healthy lifestyle and everything. And then also, more importantly, your spirit. We are beyond biology. We are much more than that. You know, they say girls' prime is at their early 20s or even younger, but no, you decide when your prime is. And so, like, if the purpose for using social media is for connection, there's so much other ways to connect with people in real life. You can open Facebook, and there's some local events that you can join, some stand-up comedies, or some classes, some workshops, or some networking events. If you're an entrepreneur, usually there's you can search, probably there's some events for that. If there is none, maybe you can start one, right? And if the purpose for social media, you say, is just you couldn't bear boredom, well, embrace it. You're avoiding yourself. Why are you running away from yourself? You know that they're intoxicating, but you're still doing it. You know, like, most of you know whatever purpose you have, whatever goal you have. Maybe you don't know the whole roadmap, how to get there, but at least you most definitely know the next step. And that's all you need. Just do it. With 900 hours a year, you can just have so much accomplished. And at the end of the day, it's not makeup or social media's fault. It's just you can use them as a tool, but make sure you are using them as a tool. I really encourage you to have a 1-month detox of whether it's social media or makeup. For social media, especially, it's literally an addiction. So 1 month would be enough to reset your dopamine sensitivity, and the first 2 weeks probably will be hard for you. And the harder it is, the more you should realize it's because you're withdrawing. Like, you should realize how much you're addicted. It means you were, like, very addicted. So it's a good sign. stick to it. I believe that as long as you can go through that, and do not replace that with other addictive behaviors like compulsive eating or binging on TV shows. No, just sit there and maybe go to a park if you really feel relentless, right? And listen to the birds. Recently I've been enjoying feeding crows. They're really shy and cute beings. That could be fun. Go for a jog, perhaps. Or you can join a dancing class. You can, whatever you've been wanting to do something creative, craft something. What have you been wanting to do but putting off because you didn't have the time? You have the time if you claim it. And on makeup, I look better now without makeup. I'm 22 years old, by the way. So I look better now without makeup than 4 years ago with full face of makeup. And maybe you watching this online and say, okay, you don't look all that stunning like I. Yeah, because you're used to the polished images and pictures and videos, right? Online. I look 10 times better in real life. And that's my real focus. Real life experiences, real life people. And I'm just really grateful that actually I only started using because I only started really using social media and everything since high school. They became part of mine. So I was able to have a childhood, right? A proper one. Now seeing the kids just even 3-4 years old watching some cartoons, it's just pretty heartbreaking. They're missing out on so much experiences. I hope, don't let your kids miss so much experiences, and the best way to do it is to enrich your own life in real life. Yeah, I think that's probably it. I think I forgot to do introduction. So I am Dinar Kainar. Hello. And if you found any value in this video, please subscribe. Please help my channel grow and click like. Comment below whatever suggestions you have and questions you want me to answer in future. Ciao, ciao.